Hey, Dave here from DC On Screen. If you're following us on Facebook, you might have seen us posting artwork that has been sent to fans. This was sent to fans of DC On Screen as part of a promotion. How can you get your own artwork? Simply go over to iTunes or Stitcher and leave us good ratings or reviews. Or, bad ones if you just gotta be a dick. And then email us at dconscreen@gmail.com. Tell us who you want us to draw, who you want to draw it, Dave or Jason, and leave us an address. If you like, you can send us pictures of yourself with the drawing after we send it, and we'll post it to our Facebook page where you can tag yourself. This promotion ends March 31st, by the way, so you have to get those reviews in. Jason, do you have anything else to add?
It's a little for a lot, Dave. It's a little for a lot.
It is a little for a lot. We try so hard.
We need your help. We're asking. Our humble offering.
Humble, like pie. Anyway, man, settle back, listen to a brand new episode of DC On Screen starting right the hell now. Welcome in to DC On Screen. I'm your host, David C. Robertson. This is my co-host, Jason Goss.
Hi.
And we are talking about, in this episode, Arrow 416 Broken Hearts. By the way, this is the 140th episode of DC On Screen. So, small round of applause.
Yeah. As small as I could get it.
Yeah. Yay.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy Cupid as much as I remembered enjoying her.
I enjoy her none.
I know.
I hate.
Oh.
I hate her so much.
I did kind of laugh. I did kind of laugh when Theo went, "Is Cupid stupid?" But that was.
And it is. It's Kreisberg. I was trying to remember the other day, but yeah, it's Kreisberg that invented her, and I'm. I don't know, man. I haven't actually seen her in any. I've never read her in a comic. I have no idea, but maybe it's better there. But dear God, I just hate her here so much. Just like stomach full of scenery. She's just bloated with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like, do you have the feeling, like, even watching, all right, when you do the Previously On Arrow segment of the show, I swear to God, by the end of Previously On, starting an episode of Arrow sometimes, I'm just fucking depressed. they'll show me, like, what all's happened. I'm like, oh my God, this show's so mean to me. Is that unfair?
No, I don't think so.
And then, you knew with this episode, they weren't going to pull any more punches. Like, they just,
Okay, well.
And by the way, when I say that, I don't necessarily mean it's bad. I just mean that it's so emotionally heavy that some of these episodes are hard to get through. And then sometimes when they do the Previously On, they just gut punch you with all that stuff, so. Whew.
Yeah. So can we just get this out of the way? Like, this is what I wrote down for the first island sequence. I wrote, rabble, effed up village.
Yeah, pretty much. I had one note on the island, and that's because I realized I didn't have any notes on the island, so I just wrote, the island is still ridiculous. That's all I got. Mm-hmm. That's all I've got. It's weird.
There's no reason for the island.
It's weird. I take it back. I had one more note. I remember the island henchmen down there, like, walking in going, watch out, it could be a trap. Hey, look, a shiny thing. Traps are fun. Dude. Your B team's right in the island, right, guys?
Yeah, I have three notes on the island. Rabble, effed up village.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trap.
I come from a village full of exposition.
And island's worthless. Island flashbacks worthless is what I wrote.
They're just insane still.
I actually just put like a little ISL by all the island flashbacks.
Oh God.
By all my notes on the flashbacks.
Right
Here.
The flashbacks have suffered the worst since season 1, barring nothing.
Yeah.
They went from being the coolest thing about the show to the most regrettable thing about the show.
Oh, not the most regrettable, but...
No, at this point, I would rather see someone lie to someone else than see that damned island. That's where we've gotten with the island this particular season.
Yeah.
They just keep dragging it out. And they're giving it almost no screen time, so it's not like it affects the show that much for me when I'm enjoying it. But because there's only like 3 or 5 minutes worth or something. But, man, get to the point, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a note. I had a suggestion for Felicity.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Just stop talking for like a few weeks. Just like for the next 2 or 3 weeks, just literally shh. I mean, you're watching that first scene where they're going, oh honey, stop saying words. Stop saying words with your mouth.
Yeah, I don't know, they just turned her into a complete bitch this episode.
She got a little snippy on him. Yeah, she needs to pull it in a little bit. I realize she's hurting too, and she's just hurting in her own way. And she's a mouthy character anyway. Like, it's why we love her normally, is she's mouthy and she's got quips and all that. Just right now, you're putting it right next to Oliver, which I don't know if it's just because I'm a guy or what, but maybe that's why I'm just like feeling his side more than hers. I don't know. But man, I just wanted to hug the dude. The whole episode, I just wanted to hug him.
I don't know. No. Felicity, the way they portrayed Felicity here was a betrayal of her character, because I don't think she would be that way.
I don't know.
She's never really been that bitchy. Even when she was hurt, she was just kind of... I mean, she understands that she's got a job to do here with the team, and if she wants to keep doing that, then she should shut the hell up.
Yeah, I kept expecting...
And maybe awkwardly say something. Accidentally.
The only thing is, I expected Oliver at some point, and right now Oliver's just so damn hurt that he doesn't have... I don't think he has it in him to say it, but I kept wanting him to say, like, Felicity, okay, the sideways comments at work, like when we're in the cave down here, we got to cut that out, babe. I'm sorry. It's just, we can't... No. We'll talk later. You can dress me up and down for whatever. We can do all the you lied and I'll never forgive you later. But we're trying to do something here. I don't know. Hell, I expected, like, Diggle is the one I really expected to pull her aside and go like, hey, man, that's pretty distracting.
Yeah.
You realize we do like a life and death thing here. We don't need to be worrying about you and Oliver while we're down here.
Right.
I don't know. Dude, I wanted to pick him up and take him home like some kind of rescue animal. Felt so bad for Oliver.
I didn't feel bad for him. I don't ever feel
I don't know. I mean, I've done kind of what he was trying to do in this episode. Like, it's over. You don't want to admit it's over, kind of thing. And you know, you're even trying to like put on a brave face and just kind of work through it, like left foot, right foot kind of stuff. And yeah, it just sucks. It just straight up sucks.
Yeah, it does.
So that's why I'm saying it might be the guy in me that I just related more to him in this particular argument, I guess.
Well, as an audience member, I am so over Felicity. Like, I don't want it to come back. I don't want them to make up. I don't want them to do anything like, oh, understand. Like, no, this is it. Please let this be it. Please let this be it.
That was fine. I mean, I loved Felicity. They were cute. They were adorable. And then once they started going downhill, and here's the problem. Here's why I'm not really mad at Felicity. Like, I'm not even willing to go so far as bitchy by any stretch. Like, she's certain too, man. Like, he did. He chose to lie to her.
Absolutely.
He fucked up.
Well, yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't really have anything for him there. I'm like,
no, that's the same thing. It's like, I've been in the same situation, and I fucked up. Like, I totally get it. He feels bad, and I get that. It's just, man, like, she's, like I said, she's hurting too. And she wants to do the right thing. She wants to be able to be brave too and come down and work, and she's just not handling it as well. And he's better at being quiet. I'm sure he might have all kinds of snippy little comments he might be thinking. Because no matter how depressed you are, there's going to be a little bit of anger at yourself, at least, for letting something get that far out of hand. But man, he's a lot better at being quiet. That's what it amounts to.
Yeah. At the end of the day, though, at the end of the episode, you know, after they have their little fake wedding, and
great
said
speeches,
all those,
by the way.
Yeah.
But I admit this: if this episode had aired 1 month ago, or 6 weeks ago, like right around Valentine's Day, I would have thrown up in the middle of it. I would have absolutely thrown up on my screen. It would have been way, way too much.
Wow. Okay.
Come on, right in the middle of Valentine's Day, you do the speeches about love. That would have just been... I
don't really pay attention to what days are around me. Sorry, I just don't.
Screw you, Easter.
It's well written. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
No, I mean, it was really well written. It just occurred to me while I was listening to the speeches, like, you know what? That would be way too much for me if it was just a few weeks ago.
I don't know. But after all that, like, Oliver's like, oh, yeah, and I'm sure the audience did too. Like, a lot of yeah, okay, good, yeah, let's remember why we love each other, et cetera, et cetera. But Felicity makes a good point after that. She's like, Oliver will keep lying, and he will. If it comes down to it again, he'll lie again. No, because that's who Oliver is.
When they're having the last conversation there at the office, I'll call it. I don't forget what we're actually supposed to call it. Yeah, she's right. She's absolutely right. Something will happen because there's just too much going on in their environment. Something will eventually happen where he'll have to make that choice. And so help me God, because they're on Arrow, it'll be the choice that he's made. He'll do it to protect her. And I gotta admit, yeah, if there's a reason I don't want Felicity back, it's that. because eventually it'll come down to that, and we'll just have to watch them break up again.
Yeah, I'm tired of watching them make up and break up. I'm ready for them to be done now. I have no more interest in Felicity. I'm sorry, fangirls all over the internet.
Fanboys, man. There's no gender, race, or sex or of any kind that didn't think this was an adorable couple. Aliens thought this was an adorable couple.
You know what?
Right.
I don't see anyone freaking out about Felicity except for girls on Tumblr, so I apologize.
I think it's another case of men just being better at being silent about things that hurt them. We're all whimpering on the inside too. We're just
that might be true, but yeah, I always thought it was kind of a bad idea. Even though I wanted it to happen, I thought it was a bad idea. Like, because they're not. The Arrow writers aren't going to let this actually be a thing.
Well, it either needs to be a thing, and she needs to be okay with the fact that every now and then something will happen that he'll need to leave her out of. And don't get me wrong, there are limits. Like, hey, I'm going to send off my son. That's well beyond the limit. But if but if you're going to draw the line much further, like, hey, I couldn't tell you about this aspect of the case we're working on because you needed to work on this, and if you had known about this, blah 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 blah. Okay, like, because it's that kind of show, man. I mean, if that's where it is, that's fine. Also, though, on the other hand, like, how many other things does Oliver really have that he can lie to her about at this point? She knows everything. Unless he's got a fucking evil twin somewhere. There's a Thomas Elliot in his background somewhere.
Leave it to the Arrow writers. They'll figure out a new thing.
Yeah.
But that would be funny if that's how they eventually get back together, is that he's just like, seriously, how many more things can I lie to you about? Like, I don't have anything else.
Like, you've got the whole book. You've got it. Read it. Yeah.
I want a scene where they like get back together under certain stipulations, and then we just cut back to like Felicity going through the phone book and being like, her, yeah, her, yeah, her, yeah, her, yeah. Him? No.
But he tried.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Her? No. Her? Wait. No, when you said the second name, I remembered. You remember the first? Yeah, both. That was a twofer.
Sorry, I was combining them. Sorry.
Just didn't remember the first girl till you mentioned the second one. But in context, yeah, that was a busy night.
So I'm officially off the Felicity train. I don't, not that I was ever completely on board it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Let me put it this way, though. On the other hand, the show gave me something that I really enjoyed. Now they're making me have feelings about a thing once they've taken it away. That's technically good show. That's good writing when you really get down to it.
Maybe.
Just,
I don't like how they got there, though.
Unfortunately, I don't enjoy the part where you've ripped the rug out from under me.
Let's see, what else we got?
I got something.
Sure.
So Laurel totally did not ruin this episode.
No, she's way better as a lawyer.
Like lawyer Laurel, I'm surprised I made it through those words, is fantastic. Right. Really. Like Laurel and Lance this episode, fine. No, I dug Lance too. I was mostly okay with Quentin, except for when he goes, because that way I get to say on record how much I love my baby girl. Oh yeah, I cringed at the baby girl thing because that's just classical conditioning at this point.
Also, what was Damien Darhk saying his name was? Vendor?
I thought so. I kept giggling every time they said Vendor, though.
Yeah, okay. So
I thought that's what they were saying, though.
Like, I don't know how many times they actually used it. It was at least 3. But, like, people on the stand kept going Dark or Vendor, whatever he wants to call himself.
Right.
Like, almost that exact line. It was like they just kept forgetting to take the other iterations out of the script.
Yeah. No one was checking for repetition. There's probably not someone on the staff of Arrow that checks for repetition. So this shouldn't be breaking new ground for you to learn about that.
But they fall asleep halfway through the script.
Right.
Oh, I have here written down, Cupid is an emo assassin like a Tumblr kid who learned a skill.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously. Oh, and I had another note that has very little to do with anything that's really in the episode, but when the hell is Cisco going to finish Diggle's helmet?
I know. I actually wrote that down. Dig still has that shitty helmet right there. That's,
Dude, Cisco's normally a lot faster. Even with Zoom on board, Cisco's normally faster than this.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. When the hell did Diggle help Thea buy a bunch of Coke?
I have no idea what they're talking about. I don't remember that at all. Was that like some season 1 shit, maybe?
I have no idea.
I didn't.
I don't remember any of that.
I'm sorry, man. We're into the 4th season. I've obviously forgotten what the hell they were talking about. It seemed to be canon. The show was very sure of itself.
Yeah,
but I don't remember it to save my
Damien
life.
Darhk looked very, very like, oh, you didn't know I knew about that, did you? And I'm like, I didn't know about that, and I've watched every episode.
Right. I've been here longer than you, Dark. I didn't know about that shit. What's the deal with his wedding ring, by the way?
What do you mean?
The wedding ring at the end. It's very it's a big deal that he has it and he hit it and he got it on his finger. Like, what's he gonna do with the wedding ring? I'm still I don't know what's going on with that.
I'm assuming for show purposes.
We're doing headcanon here, right?
Well, kind of, and also, well, okay. Look, here's the thing. I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of magic thing that he gets slipped because you're not allowed to have jewelry in prison.
No, you're not.
And the guy who plays Damien Darhk is like a devout Catholic and refuses to not have his wedding ring on, his real life wedding ring. He actually also refuses to like kiss a woman, like even if he's playing her husband in a show. He refuses to have any kind of kissing or sex scenes or any of that kind of stuff.
Okay. So Neil McDonough.
It's a little weird that he's, it's a little weird that he's decided to play a guy who relies on black magic and shit. But whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because Deuteronomy. But hey, whatever. But I'm assuming that he had to have the ring on and refused to take it off, so they kind of
incorporated it.
Yeah,
that makes sense. That really does. I'll tell you though, and look, just tell me if maybe it's just something I've just finally noticed. All right, we're in a wedding dress warehouse, right?
Yeah,
a wedding dress. I know it's a warehouse, but it's still a warehouse full of fucking wedding dresses. So, and this is a note about the show in general. Why does every fucking set in this show have to look like it was designed by Tim Burton's personal nightmares? Everything here is just soured by something. Like, there's just wedding dresses everywhere, and it still looks like the most depressing room in the world.
Because if it looked really nice, it would be kind of tough to hear that. Dun, 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 dun.
Just one happy room to break up the monotony every now and then. That's all. That's it. That's all I need.
I don't know. You go over to Netflix and watch Daredevil. Everything looks like it's soaked in piss.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean,
fantastic show, but everything looks like it's soaked in piss. Everything.
But Daredevil embraces that tone and really goes for it. And Arrow sometimes, it's a CW show. They're trying to balance a lot of plates and a lot of people's a lot of demographics and their interests. Just my particular interest is just every now and then, man, just give me like a bright, pretty room with something nice happening in it, and don't fucking rip it away from me. Once in a while. Just once in a while. Not asking too much. Or if you can't do that, at least get Echo Kellum involved more.
There we go. That's a good one. Yeah, bring in Echo Kellum. Keep the depression.
He'd make the wedding dresses funny.
Right. Oh, man. He'd make a wedding dress that lifts all the appropriate places. More efficiently.
Yeah. When I go back and watch, I can't watch every night. I don't have, my weeks aren't designed with the ability to come back and watch a show every night. So I generally watch a few, especially this week we had 5. So I had one night where I watched 3 episodes or 3 shows, and one night where I watched 2. This is what I do with my Friday nights at this point, is sit down and watch all these shows. I'm probably not alone either. But, man, I will watch them generally in the order they aired. I don't know. There's nothing to that other than just kind of habit, like compulsive habit. But it is really difficult sometimes to, I'll go watch The Flash, and then I go to hit up Arrow, and you have to take a deep breath sometimes, man.
Yeah, it's
so heavy.
It can be heavy. Yeah.
Suppose I'm done griping about that. This was just a very heavy episode, so it was not because it was a bad show by any stretch. I actually thought it was a fine episode. It was a drag to watch them have these emotions. Mm-hmm. So
it gets a little weird with Arrow because it's like,
what did Matt call it? Sluggish? Sloggy?
It's a slog.
It's a slog.
I don't think he actually called it. I think he questioned the definition of the word slog, but when I said it. But yeah, gosh, I mean, look, man, we gave a positive review to Batman vs Superman, which critics are complaining is joyless and grimdark and et cetera, et cetera. That's fine. I'm okay with that, especially when it's Batman versus Superman, and the writer has already told me, like, look, man, this is the Empire Strikes Back of a trilogy. Okay, cool.
Yeah, shit's gonna get weird here.
Cool. Things are gonna get real dark. okay, I can bear with you.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about 4 seasons of a show at this point, where these characters have barely had a moment of laughter. I could do 2.5-hour movie all day. But 4 seasons of a show? Where it's just like, they're not even allowing them to have logical reasons for this anymore. It's just blatant, out and out, like, here's a new issue, and I lied to protect you. Here's a new issue, and I lied to protect you. Well, now we can't be together because you lied.
Yeah. Well, there are people that have had problems with that, with what Arrow's doing, because it's gotten... to me, honestly, the villains have gotten better and better every season, I feel.
In Arrow, yes.
Their big bad for the season, I think, has really upped its game every time. Culminating so far in Dark, which was... he was delightful. But they... something that some people have complained about is the fact that he came back to save the city in episode 1, and it's episode 4, 16? 17?
Uh-huh.
And he had, if I was giving you a progress bar for how much of the city he saved, where would you put it? What's he done?
A little further behind where he was in
where he
season 1.
started? Yeah. I mean, he hasn't seemed to accomplish any damn thing.
Well, look, those people are wrong, and here's why.
Mm-hmm.
The point is never, and has never been, about saving Star or Starling City. The point is about saving himself, redeeming himself through the mission, through the journey, not necessarily the destination. Now, where the show has failed,
that's one of the problems people had with Felicity, though, is he finally was happy, and they kind of went, well, why isn't that like a series finale?
Yeah, where the show has failed is that they will not let Oliver redeem himself. He just becomes, he keeps being a lying son of a bitch.
Yeah.
They might be giving him good reasons for it, but they're not letting him be happy. They're not letting him become like a brighter person by any stretch. I mean, the Green Arrow I know is a jokey, sarcastic son of a bitch.
Right.
This guy can barely crack a smile.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was only half joking when we were watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer, and I'm like, oh my God, Stephen Amell can smile?
Yeah.
Because if I hadn't seen him on social media, I wouldn't believe it.
Right. By the way, we didn't voluntarily watch that trailer. It was before Batman vs. Superman.
We were subjected to it before.
It was thrust upon us.
Right. I don't care how many classic characters you use from my childhood, Michael Bay. I will not trust you with this franchise. Yes, I was happy to see Casey, in theory.
Yeah, yeah.
Only in theory. In practice?
So, yeah. I don't know. Apparently, I do like Cupid sometimes. Like, I did write down here at the top of the page, Cupid awesome. Then later, I'm complaining about Cupid. So, I don't know. Today, I'm not feeling her.
An emotional roller coaster. I couldn't deal with her. She's way too over the top for me. I don't even think her... here's the problem. I don't even think her lines are bad. So, it's to me, it's got to be the direction or the
actress?
Yeah. It's got to be one of those two to me.
I think it's the actress.
If you show me just her dialogue, I'd be like, yeah, this looks great. Send it on.
I think it's the actress, honestly.
I'm not sure. I've never seen her in anything, to my knowledge, so I can't compare. I don't know what she's capable of. No idea. Don't know what I'm dealing with here.
I think I wrote that when she shot both of the man and the woman with 2 arrows at the same time.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's why I wrote that. Because that was badass.
Sure. I mean, that was. But then she gets shot by the same arrow type 2 times in a row, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about Quentin being getting on the stand?
I dug it, and I dug his reasoning.
I did too.
And I really dug the judge's outline of his reasoning. Like, this guy just torched his entire... Like, he says, like, I just put a match to my career, not to mention my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, well done, show. Let's acknowledge the fact that he's done. And, the lieutenant guy comes and takes his gun. He's like, no worries, truly. Like, he is absolutely 100% aware and on board with what he's doing. That's pretty cool. Also, just having Lance, back... Like, he's on Team Arrow now. That's kind of... I like that.
Yeah. I did too. I actually wrote down I love Quentin and Ollie working together.
Yeah, and there's no problem. There's no backstory with those two right now. They're just working together, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
I feel like I cannot deny the fact that okay, look, you've got a big pending investigation. They're probably going to take away. They've already taken away your badge and your gun.
Right.
You're working with Oliver, not having an issue with him.
You're all criminals, and I did like Laurel pointing that out too. Like, at some point, she kind of points out, well, yeah, you can all testify and then go to jail forever.
Right. I think Quentin's going to be the one that dies.
Maybe. Yeah, they did. They have stripped him down, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
Does lean in that direction. We haven't seen anything out of Mama Smoke for a second. She'll be back to consult with her daughter about this recent choice of leaving Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be back. Because she's been Team Ollie, Team Felicity the whole time, so.
Yeah. And they'll probably do that thing where, like, she's like, is it because he's the arrow? And you're like, how did you know? Oh, I'm not that stupid. Now,
if she says like, how did you know? And if she actually responds like, I watched that like announcement he made months ago. Like, no one's that stupid. You were really well lit. Half the city knows. Like, it's just pretty much anyone who watched it.
No one cares though.
Yeah, we're just all happy you're doing your thing. No one's giving you any shit, man. Go stop bad guys.
Right.
I'll tell you, I'm about done, but I've got one more line that I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it was a good line. Diggle's on the stand and he says, "You watched me swear an oath," and the lawyer just turns and kind of sighs, and then I watched you break it. I really liked that little interchange.
I did too.
Damn good retort.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But then he was a good lawyer for most of the episode, and then becomes a really bad lawyer because at some point. Quentin just starts saying whatever the hell he feels like saying. A lawyer absolutely has, unless you've asked him the question, they can shut you down. Like, they can absolutely shut you down. He just kind of stands there and waits for his case to fall apart, though.
He probably thought, no, whatever this guy says is gonna damn him even more.
He was just gonna wait for him to incriminate himself further, and never quite happened.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
yeah,
damn, wasn't betting on Lance actually having a damn good speech up his sleeve. Fuck.
Well, also, if you're in the middle of something like that, like Lance seemed like he was in the middle of a damn good speech. You know, like he had some actual things to say.
I would think that's the perfect opportunity to shut him down, though. Like, he's ramping up.
But the judge could be like, no, I want to hear this.
Oh, she can, especially on TV.
And especially on TV, absolutely. Which will make, that lawyer look really petty, and the judge will be like, I don't like you now. I'm going to judge for the other people.
Right.
And you got to be careful when you're a lawyer on TV.
Because there are consequences somehow.
It is. There are issues, man. You gotta.
Right.
I don't know how real court of law works. I really don't.
I know very little. Some, very little, though. Enough to know, though, that he could have shut her down if he wanted to. Or him down.
Yeah, well. It's a good speech. Even that lawyer likes a good show.
I would like to think that was just... Plain and simple, the lawyer was so damn engaged with what he was saying that he didn't even occur to him he could stop him.
Mm-hmm.
Beating himself up later, going, God.
I wouldn't mind Arrow just becoming a courtroom drama for a couple episodes.
No, if it fixes Laurel as thoroughly as it seems to have fixed her right now, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, well, let me put it this way. There are two versions of Laurel that I like right now. One, Lawyer Laurel. Two, Black Canary Laurel. Anything in between, where she's having a personal issue of any kind, seems to go poorly.
Yeah.
As soon as they let her have emotions, it's over.
Mm-hmm. It is a little bit.
I mean, like, I think she does a great job in the costume, though, and...
But when she's emotional on Flash, she's good.
I know, that was weird.
It's the weirdest damn thing.
Apparently she's just better at showing happier emotions, which you get to do on Flash.
Yeah.
She does. She has a great little smile. I bet, like, when she's actually been having a good time on the show, I've enjoyed her.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
You are DC On Screen. You can find every episode at dconscreen.com. We'll be back in a couple of days with a news episode. We're going to get into all the nitty-gritty on, Batman vs. Superman reviews and what kind of money they're bringing in right now and the sad Affleck viral thing. And we're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff, man. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff.
We're going to go be very confused. Again, on air.
Absolutely. You can find every episode at dconscreen.com, iTunes, Stitcher. Go check us out, man. Go subscribe. It really helps us out if you guys are just downloading everything we do. Write in and let us know what you thought about the episodes and what you thought about our opinions, and call us out on our bullshit if you like. It'll be fun. We don't hate.
Normally?
Normally. Well, actually, normally we're assholes. But anyway. We are a proud member of the Giant Size Team Up Network, giantsizeteamup.com. If you'd like a similar podcast about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, go check out our buddies Matt Carroll and Jeff Randall at the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, mcucast.com for those cats. Until next time, guys, please keep some DC on your screen. Go check out Batman vs Superman. I swear it's not as bad as the critics are saying. It's so good.
I swear it's not. Like, it's just... I don't even want to qualify it as like, yeah, we've got our problems, but no, I really don't have that many problems.
Yeah, here's I follow a lot of like Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl, and all the and Batman vs Superman, and all these different people on Twitter and Tumblr. The fans are loving it.
Yeah,
can't speak for the critics; they hate it. It's all over the internet, but the fans are digging it. So go see it. Go make sure we get another one. That's all I'm saying.
There you go.
Keep some DC on your screen and make that DC Batman vs Superman, guys.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.